This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai. Check out the Southtown Hyundai Advantage at southtownhyundai.ca.
Came across something that I thought was pretty interesting. How much most people dislike getting exercise. What they would rather do than go to the gym and exercise regularly.
Okay.
They hate it so much, 25% would be willing to text their ex that they don't talk to anymore just to ditch a workout.
Wow.
Canceling Netflix for a year was also roughly around 25% of people would be willing to do that.
Okay, but if you cancel Netflix, you got nothing to do, go to the gym. I don't know. That one's ridiculous to me.
30% would reconnect with a high school bully if it meant never having to work out again.
I feel like everybody should reconnect with a high school bully. People change.
33% would spend a long weekend with the in-laws. 34% said they'd be willing to hand wash all their dishes for the rest of their lives to avoid breaking a sweat ever again. Now, I get the never having to work out again. If I could be fit and have a healthy heart, not just the appearance, but truly the benefits of working out without having to work out, I would do all of those things. Mm-hmm. I could ditch Netflix forever. But
would you go over to someone else's house and watch it?
Yeah, for sure.
See, I knew it.
I just steal it from somebody. Low key watching.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Oh, it doesn't count if I'm watching on my deck.
Yeah, if I'm not paying for it, does it count?
You like the gym.
Yeah, I love it.
You're at a point. And have you always been like that? Have you always truly, when you're exercising, been like, I love this?
No.
Okay.
I think it's different because I'm in a group fitness setting now.
Right.
And it's, really supportive. I'm in a workout challenge right now. So we even have a board up on the wall with stickers that you add beside your name. So it's so funny how even as an adult, stickers work.
Yeah,
it makes you feel accomplished. Yeah, genuinely. So, and you're right. It takes a while to get back into it, but remembering that feeling when you're done a workout, that's kind of what motivates me. But I agree, getting dressed for it, leaving the house, it's not fun. You'd rather stay home.
Yeah, especially for some reason when it's cold, even though I'm going to a warm gym.
Yeah.
The idea of
the winter, yes, exactly.
Getting out of my car and walking, it's not far. I don't know why that's one of the things that I have a challenge getting over is that I tend to work out less in the winter. And really, you should be more, especially giving your body some fuel. I think the mental health that comes with exercising on a regular basis is a real benefit.
I noticed that the more I work out, the less migraines I get.
Yeah.
Unless it's really intense cardio where there's a lot of blood rushing to my head. Sometimes I'll get a headache after that. But I've noticed a trend that when I stop working out, let's say I just get busy and then I fall off the wagon for a bit, I notice that I have more headaches. It's really interesting.
780-784-7107. We want to ask you where you're at with exercise. Maybe what changed it for you to enjoy more? For example, Lisa doing the group fitness thing or getting stars stickers like a child. That was big for her.
It was, honestly.
Getting good headphones, wireless headphones.
A good podcast can always help.
Yeah.
Something that gets you excited because you're this is my time. This is my me time. I get to catch up on my favorite podcast. That's kind of fun, too.
I have a really good tip that I learned this weekend.
Okay.
I was at the gym Saturday morning after Friday night watching the Oilers come back. And in between sets, I was watching McDavid's goal. And then I would pump so hard because I was just vibing
That is the best.
in the gym.
You're if this young guy can take on 4 players plus a goalie, I can do a couple more reps.
Honestly.
I've got this.
So I watched it a couple times and I was like, wow, I'm working out really hard right now. So if there's anything that motivates you, we'd love to hear it.
Play 107.
And a good friend of ours on the show here, Tim with OK Tire, wrote in and said, I recently started my weight loss journey. 3 weeks in, went totally high tech. My goal is to watch my children grow into adults, teach my son to play hockey, walk my daughter down the aisle. When it's for your kids, it's a game changer. Yes. That is probably the best answer we could get. What a terrific reason to give her.
Absolutely. And Stacy wrote in saying, I started the Beachbody workouts a year ago this month. As of now, I've lost 40 pounds and I'm very proud of myself. I went from being the most unhealthy I've ever been to being happier and healthier than ever. And my wedding bod is in progress.
I wonder how many people, that's a great reason too, is you want to be as healthy as possible for your wedding because you're going to be looking at pictures of it for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. I wonder how many people get into the fitness lifestyle, I should say, for a wedding or something like that, and then are like, oh, I can do this, and
I
just
love this.
keep rolling.
Yeah, my sister lives out in the country, so in order for her to get anywhere for her mental health and working out, it's a 45-minute drive. Plus, she's got 2 toddlers, so she impossible. And so she justified getting the Peloton because yes, it's very expensive, but it's not just a bike. Like, you sign up for the membership and there's really cool classes you can join live, and there's different instructors that are really motivating and awesome. So,
well, if you're going to spend money on anything, it should be yourself and like a longer, healthier life, especially for your family. Like, so big ups to Tim on that text and to anybody else who's using that for motivation.
I love this text. And when you are writing in, please let us know your name so we can give you a little shout out. It simply says, I just think about how awesome I am and I deserve the best.
Yes.
And it's so true. Like, mentally, just being able to be done and knowing that you can push yourself. That's kind of my motivation too, is like when I am working out, I love thinking like, wow, my body is doing something amazing right now. Like, I can lift this weight and cool. I can lift a little bit heavier than I did last time I was here. And it's kind of like a mind over matter thing where like you want to be tired.
We've got Andy on the phone who works out 7 days a week, 2:30 in the morning, and 3 times a week with his wife after his 11-hour workday.
Yeah.
Is there ever a time like at 2:30 when the alarm goes off or whatever that you're like, no, not today, man?
Yeah, and then I lay there for 3 minutes and then realize that I'm being a lazy piece of crap, and I get up and I go,
wow, 2:30 in the morning is an extreme time. I guess you don't have to deal with like lineups at the weight machine you want to use.
True.
It works out because I hate people and there's less people there.
I've got a story about a bunch of families that rallied together to tackle the problem of their kids not feeling safe to bike to school. We'll get to that in a second.
Nice. First, I'm going to tell you a story about maybe the key to living a long life. 107-year-old named Margaret says that drinking a can of beer every single day is the reason why she is still kicking it. A special delivery to her made her day. It was her 107th birthday, and her favorite beer, Youngling Lager, I think I'm saying that right, was delivered to her. She now has a free stash for the next 480 days. That's how much beer they brought her. 107 years old. There's a video of her cheersing with her neighbors, just slugging back her beer.
Love it.
That's all you need to hear.
Tell me something good.
So this is in Barcelona, my story, where it's known to be an aggressive driving city. There's not a lot of space for bikes in the first place. So most people just choose not to ride a bike there, especially kids. There was a family that said like, yo, we need to do something about this. So they started like a gang, all their families. There was 5 of them, where on Fridays they would ride their bikes together because then traffic definitely notices them, right? Like it's a group.
It looks like a scene from the Stranger Things movie.
Exactly. And then it's grown like crazy since, and now they have hundreds of people joining this bike train, and it rides, I think it's like a total of a 4-kilometer ride from the start to the school, and just everybody's joining in on it. So like people are even catching rides off of the bus to the start of where the bike ride happens, and then so they can just be a part of it.
I love it.
Tell me something good.
Just came across a crazy story from the weekend. A 16-year-old who had been abducted by an older man was rescued after flashing a passing motorist, a hand sign that became popular on TikTok as a distress signal. So you like put your thumb in your palm kind of, and then close your hand over top of it and make a fist.
It's like you're doing, like showing someone the number 4.
Right.
But then closing your fist over the thumb. Yeah.
That's how I usually fight.
No, that'll break your thumb.
No, you protect your thumb.
I don't think so.
I'm just kidding.
Ryder's never been in a fight.
That's Bubbles from Trailer Park. Anytime he'd want to fight, he used to tuck his thumb in, and you could tell he's never been in a fight. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy to think that the motorist knew the hand signal too, because so many people are unfamiliar with it.
Yeah.
So the chance of someone being like, oh, I know what that means, and then calling the police and following the vehicle until she was rescued is pretty crazy to think.
Yeah, well, I wonder how many people she flashed the symbol to while they were driving.
Totally.
So, yes, this person who saw and recognized the symbol called the police, and called 911. They followed this Camry, and authorities pulled the guy over. Turned out to be 61-year-old James Herbert Brick. They found some discriminating things on his phone that they were able to arrest him right away.
See, this is why you can get away with watching TikTok at work, because it's like, I'm just learning. I'm just trying to educate myself more about things,
Yeah,
you know?
there are a lot of people that who haven't downloaded the app yet or aren't interested in it that still just think it's stupid dances.
Yes, exactly.
But there is
not the case.
There's a wealth of information there for sure. So
Definitely shifted.
the teen had been reported missing by her family a few days earlier, and she is now back home and safe with her family again, all because of that hand gesture. So important for us to just pass on again that's a thing that people may recognize. If you end up in a situation where you need help, you make the number 4
And then close your fist over the thumb. And that's something too important too, to be aware, like if something seems off and maybe somebody would be giving you that signal for you to call the authorities. That's really important.
Yeah, it's not just Bubbles wanting to fight, maybe,
It
right?
it might be. It depends where you are. If it's Bubbles, that could be it.
We had a very funny conversation with my daughter this weekend where chocolate milk was brought up for some reason. She's like, yep, nobody hates chocolate milk.
Everybody loves it.
She just had her feet up like a wise grandpa. You know what I mean? Like she said it as an old soul. Yep, nobody hates chocolate milk.
Do you remember getting chocolate milk on hot lunch day?
We'd have milk carts growing up. So the grade 6ers would go class to class, and your parents would prepay for you to get milk for the year, or you'd get punch tabs,
Okay.
and you just get chocolate milk every day at lunch.
Was it always chocolate milk, or was there also a white milk option?
There was a white milk for the weird kids, yeah.
Weird kids.
Well,
The 90s were the years for milk.
the pinnacle.
Like, why were we drinking so much milk
Yeah,
in the 90s?
When you actually think about what it is, you're like, whoa, it's kind of weird that we're really into this drink.
Yeah, we'd be eating spaghetti for dinner and all of us would have a huge glass of milk.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, so your daughter's making a very valid point.
Nobody hates chocolate milk.
Everybody loves chocolate milk. It's so good.
So what is something that's impossible to hate is the question we wanted to ask, as there are many other things we can add to this list. I'd like to put Notorious B.I.G. on there. I don't know anyone that's like, nah. You know what I don't feel like right now is Hypnotize.
Right.
Like you put that on in almost any situation.
People are turning it up.
Yeah.
My contribution to this topic this morning is Betty White.
Yeah, good answer.
She's turning 100. Good answer.
We asked on the Facebook page. We're getting a lot of puppies and kittens, loving. Those are different answers, obviously.
Jay wrote donaires, but that's the thing is every once in a while you'll run into somebody that's like, I don't like donaires. And you're like, I don't like you.
Well, that could be also vegetarians. I don't think that one works.
That one doesn't work. You're right.
Sherry says, baby laughing belly laughs. That one's getting a lot of likes on Facebook, so I think that one works.
Jody said the Oilers start to the season.
Well, Flames fans probably aren't thrilled, or Canucks fans that were just killing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so I don't think we can add that one.
We need you to contribute to this. What is something, the first thing that comes to your head where it's just something impossible to hate in your mind?
My daughter said something fairly profound this weekend.
Yeah, I'd say I want to get it tattooed on me.
No one hates hot chocolate, or no one hates chocolate milk.
You screwed it up.
I'd love for that to be the tattoo with it scratched out. Hilarious. 780-784-7107. What is something that is impossible to hate? Josh said Slurpees or slushies.
See, you think that you're over slushies as an adult, and then you take a sip of a kid's Slurpee and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, this is fire.
This is so good. Even if you mix all the flavors together to make swamp water.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Crystal also said Slurpees. Great answer. Sarah said the smell of rain. Kyle came in with bagel bites.
Ooh, I haven't had a bagel bite in forever, but I will say, controversy here. Sometimes they're a bit dry.
Bagel bites are. Mm-hmm. There's a bagel that they make at the Jasper Ski Lodge.
Okay, yes.
I'm pretty sure.
My girlfriend Chantel was like, we are not leaving Jasper until I get my bagel. And it was this huge deal to her. And then she was too hungover and we just left without it. But she wasn't happy about it.
It's like nachos on a bagel or something.
Yeah, there was too big of a lineup
God.
and she was too hungover to deal with the line. But all she talked about the whole time was getting that bagel on the way out of town. And we never did.
No. The one I'm talking about is actually on the hill. It might be Lake Louise or something too, but yeah, anyway. Tacos, Meg says.
Okay, speaking of food, we got a really good text from Jordan, and it said pasta. You can even get gluten-free, so even celiacs can enjoy it. Anyone who doesn't like pasta is weird.
How about a good sleep? We got to put that on the list. 780-784-7107. What is something you can't hate?
God, we just got a crazy text. Sarah, I'm 33 years old. I've never had chocolate milk. She's not even lactose intolerant. I've just never liked milk, so I've never tried chocolate milk.
Oh, I think you got to give her a go.
Oh my gosh. Yes, hit the gas station, girl. Tara says McCain deep and delicious cake. Agreed.
Yes, solid answer.
Why is the icing so good?
Yeah. And like the way you cut your piece, you can just go for like a quarter of the cake if you want. There's no rules.
This text here, first time Ryder. You cannot hate the Ryder and Lisa morning show or a long weekend. Wow, text of the day.
Thank you very much. What do you got for us?
A sunset. Nobody's ever said, oh my God, look at that ugly POS sunset.
Okay, but wait a minute. What if you were living with a werewolf?
I don't know.
And you're like, oh, not again.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Maybe. Or maybe you look forward to the sunset because that'll get them out of the house.
That's true.
Okay,
or you're really into furry dudes. A brand new pair of good fitting socks.
Can't hate it.
Impossible to hate.
Mama D wrote in saying Freezies, the white ones. Do we know what flavor that is yet? I think it's cream soda, right? Or is it?
I've never even thought of that.
Or is it pineapple?
Just good is
Coconut?
what it is.
It's so good. Andrea wrote in saying a good sale. Ain't nobody hating on a discount.
That's a very valid point.
Great. First time texter, no name, says the mountains. Oh my gosh, when you turn that corner and you start to see the mountains.
Insane how close they are to us. Like people fly in from all parts of the world to see the Rocky Mountains. We're like, oh, it's a pretty long drive, I guess.
I was even thinking about it. I went to West Ed for the first time in a long time, and seeing the ship, I was like, this is cool. Like I just take it for granted because I see it all the time.
Right.
But when you really look at it, it's like, whoa, this is in the middle of a mall.
Yeah, it is a
cool.
bit eye-opening when you realize, like, how did they even sail that into that spot?
This one is good. I can smell it just thinking about it. Mike said the smell of a wood fire in the fall.
Great answer.
Thank you, Mike from St. Albert. Lots of people giving us a little love, saying the Ryder and Lisa show. I don't know. We have our off days. It's fine.
You for sure.
No,
yeah.
you.
Good comeback. 780-784-7107.
I'm just going to say McDonald's French fries.
Especially the bag fries, like when there's lingerers at the bottom and you know it's
Oh my
like
God, yeah.
not even your fry, but you'll still eat it.
I think there's a superior fry to that, and it's like the 11 a.m. sharp French fry.
When they're fresh off of the out of the grease.
Just, you know that.
I don't think you can go wrong with any French fry, but
Yeah,
I
that's
do
fair.
think that when it's other people's French fries, they taste better. I don't know what the science is behind it.
then you get to your own and you're like, oh, this is still pretty good.
Or like when you get one of the ones in the groove of the sole of your boot.
What?
Well, I thought we were saying like there's no bad French fries. It's just a really like good surprise.
I
one.
would eat a McDonald's French fry that was like sitting on the bottom of my car for 3 months.
Pop it in the microwave.
Thank you for the call. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Riley.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, that Oiler game on Friday night, people are still talking about.
Yeah, and it's not just Edmonton that's buzzing about it. Even Flames fans are like, okay, yeah, that was pretty good.
Like, I think it will be the number one topic of conversation in workplaces today as people get back from the weekend. Like,
Yeah.
How was your weekend? Actually, no, let's not talk about that. Let's just talk about that game. McDavid's goal will go down in history as, I mean, one of the most clutch goals of all time,
Yep.
probably, for how amazing it was to tie the game with, like, all of the legend Oilers in attendance for Kevin Lowe's Hall of Fame, or like raising the jersey to the rafters. Just incredible.
Yeah, imagine being Connor McDavid. Like, how do you even come down from a high like that?
He was
How?
already chill. Did you hear his quote about it?
I think I did. He was just like, yeah, whatever. I was doing what I had to do.
He's like, this is what I get paid for. I get paid to score big goals at big times, so I'm just doing my job. Like, so cool.
He's so much cooler than I would be in that situation.
Like I said, I'd be skating around asking people if they saw
Did you
it.
see that?
Yeah, you guys watch that?
I want to know if McDavid gets home and watches his highlight. Like, did he get home that weekend and just rewatch it over and over again? Because I would.
I bet I watched that thing 50 to 75 times this week.
Oh, yeah, I definitely contributed to the views for sure. But I don't know if he would. Like, I honestly think he's that humble that he's just like, yeah, no big deal.
Way she goes.
Way she goes.
Now, he had a cool quote with, like, this is just what I get paid to do. But Draisaitl's quote may go down as the swaggiest, and this was said on ice. Tyson Barrie talked to the press about overhearing him say it. And he just said it to a Rangers player who was like mocking Draisaitl as the score was 4-1. Like just saying like, you guys going to show up today or like something like that. And Draisaitl said, hold on, it's coming. And then they scored 3 goals, like almost back to back to back.
Whoa.
To tie the game.
That sounds like a scene that should be in Game of Thrones.
Like just wait. If we haven't scored 4 on you yet, it's because we're not deep enough into the game. It's coming. It's happening.
Okay, we got some Flames fans on the text line.
That are saying
wanna hear
Chuck's goal is better. No,
That's literally what it says.
it wasn't better. It wasn't. It wasn't even close.
I don't know. Flames fans disagree. They're coming in hot. I didn't know we had this many Flames fans that listen to the show. I didn't even see his goal. Was it decent?
Yeah, he put it between his legs and up top. Like,
okay.
There'll be like 5 of those goals this year. There'll be none like McDavid's.
Well, unless McDavid does it again.
Exactly.
We just like to give you money.
Apparently, if you haven't figured that out yet.
I mean, there are several ways that you can win money if you have our app. If you frequent our website a lot, we have a Play or No Way music survey happening right now. And if you finish it before, I think it's November 12th,
yeah,
you get an early bird entry to win Shawn Mendes tickets. And everyone that finishes the music survey is entered to win $1,000.
Not only that, but if you stream us,
you could also win $1,000.
You're going to hear a little something right at the start of the stream. So maybe it's like as you get to work, pull it up on your computer or your app through your phone. As soon as you start streaming, there will be a code word. If you text that into us,
you're entered to win $1,000 just in time for the holidays too. So what a great way to make some extra cash. All you have to do is support us, please.
It does say buffer as it's about to launch.
Yeah, it takes about 5 to 10 seconds sometimes to buffer.
Yeah, mine took about 3 seconds, so my computer's way faster than yours.
Okay, calm down.
Well,
so, again, you can listen to us on your Radio Player Canada app, the Play 107 app, which is completely free. You can even chat with us on that, your smart speaker, and at play107.com. Lots of chances to win money.
Just $1,000 here, $1,000 there.
Hey, boss, can I have $1,000?
Like they pay you. You should be here.
You're right.
It's interesting how different the time change is depending on if you have kids or not. Just on like your overall aura and your thoughts on it. Because like single, no kid friends are like, whoa, extra hour of sleep.
Or couples with no kids, they're sleeping in.
Or doing something else with that extra hour.
Yeah, maybe. I just had an extra hour of anxiety personally.
Yeah.
An extra hour of shame.
Wish it wasn't on a Sunday. Like, even on a Monday would be badass.
Give it to us on a Saturday.
Or a Saturday, yeah.
That's what's up.
Like a Monday morning, I mean, so you can sleep in for the first time on the Monday morning. But yeah, no, if you're a parent, it's a completely different situation because your kids' biological clock's going to wake them up at the same time.
So do parents have to train their kids to maybe go to bed at a different time a week leading up to it? Is that the goal?
I don't know if anybody does that.
Okay.
No one I know does that. They just deal with, okay,
being
my
tired.
kid's going to be up at like 5:30 instead of 6:30 tomorrow morning. And they still are going to want to go to bed when they see the clock hit 9 or whatever their bedtime is.
But really it's 10.
Yeah, so you got like, you just have an extra hour of your kid and it's first thing in the morning when they'd normally, you know what I mean?
I never even thought about it like that. An extra hour with your kid.
Which is great, but I think you parents know what I'm talking about. Like, cause for celebration? Maybe not. Yellowstone Season 4 launched yesterday on Amazon Prime.
Is it season 4 or season 3? I don't know. I don't watch the show.
I believe it's Season 4. I do watch the show.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Ryder's addicted to it. I try to get into it. First season, first episode, there's a horse that gets injured, so I'm just not interested.
Yeah, that's
immediately
like
after.
I'm pretty sure that's the only horse injury since.
It's the same thing that happened in another show that everyone talks so highly about. Was it Westworld? Yes. I think, where a horse is injured within the first 5 minutes, and I'm like, no.
Not for me.
Not for me. And I try to watch every once in a while when Ryder is binge watching Yellowstone. I don't know. It's pretty cheesy.
I actually am contemplating putting locks on the living room for when I watch it.
Because I ruin it for you?
Because you have FOMO that you're not in on this show everybody's talking about. So you walk in and you're like, no, this is really annoying. Too many gunshots.
Well,
that character is so annoying.
Well, the chick's a bit dramatic. Like, calm down.
It's a drama. That's the point.
Okay.
Anyway, amazing kickoff to season 4. Tim McGraw is in this season.
So is Faith Hill. Maybe I'll start watching it with you.
No, please don't. Please don't.
Is anyone else with me, or am I the only person in the world that's like, eh?
Listen, you tried to make it your thing that you didn't like it, and now you're jealous because it's actually like a show that all of your friends who have strong opinions that you usually agree with are all saying like, no, this show's dope. It's so good. And so now you're like, oh, no, but I've already said I don't like it.
But now that there's new characters being introduced, like Faith Hill and Tim McGraw's character look awesome. I watched the trailer and I was like,
Whenever I watch it, you can go hit another TV and start on season 1.
No, I don't want to watch season 1. That horse scene.
Well, okay, episode 2 then, start at. We are joined by Brian, the GM at Derek Dodge. I was just looking up your dealership online, some reviews, and I just want to read one. Great dealership, no pressure, had a great time. Would recommend this dealership to friends. Thank you.
Aw.
Must be pretty awesome to be the GM of that place.
Yeah.
It sure is. It's a wonderful place to work at, and we like to have fun with our customers, and definitely it shows with all my sales managers and salespeople.
Nice. All right, let's get to it. What exactly are you looking for when it comes to trade-ins?
Right now, we are short in the market for vans. We're paying over fair market value on any used vehicles, and I'd love to see any trade that's out there, actually.
Perfect.
Yeah, I guess you can get a lot for your trade-ins these days. My dad loves his car and was even considered trading it in just because he's like, the price is good.
It definitely is. There's just a shortage in the market at the moment, and we love to have all used pieces here on the lot.
Okay, but there's no shortage when it comes to truck inventory, right?
Right now, we have tons of trucks coming in, and we have lots here on the lot to look at.
Awesome. Where can people find Derek Dodge if they want to stop in?
Derek Dodge is on two of the busiest roads. Actually, we are located at 6211 104th Street, Northwest in Edmonton here.
Awesome. And where can people find you online?
At DerekDodge.com.
And that's Derek with 2 R's and Dodge with, I guess, 2 D's. I was just trying to make it sound cool. Thank you very much, man. We appreciate you taking the time to chat with us, and big ups on running, based on these reviews, a fine shop over there.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Expecting a high of 6 with a mix of sun and clouds today. Getting a little bit chillier tomorrow. And then by Wednesday, we might see some flurries.
I'm not interested. Thank you, though.
What's that?
I'm good. Thank you, though.
Okay.
Ryder and Lisa.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai.
Play 107.